My name is Ben, and I'm 17.
Ben Breedlove seemed to be the kind of kid everyone wanted to be. Bright, eternally cheerful, with his own popular TV show on YouTube.
This is the best place for girls and guys to find the answers you need.
He practically grew up on the lake behind his family's Austin, Texas home. Wake surfing was, to him, as natural as taking a walk. Woo! But Ben was also born with a condition called hypertrophic cardiomyopathy, a thickening of the heart muscle that can cause high blood pressure and sudden cardiac arrest. At various times in his life, Ben's heart did fail, but for him, it seemed those near-death episodes were always, somehow, a reason to smile. At age 4, Ben almost died during a violent seizure. But when he woke up in the hospital, he saw something he could barely describe to his parents, Sean and Deanne.
We were being wheeled down a hallway, and he commented to me that there was this white light above him. And he even said it was a pitch white light. It's right above me. Do you see it? And I said, no.
Well, and it was significant because the hallway that they were being wheeled down, there were no lights on in that hallway.
Ben recovered, but the vision stayed with him. As the years passed, Ben's life looked pretty much like any other kid's. On bad days, his heart would act up and he'd have to take it easy. And on good days, he'd do things not for the faint of heart.
He had this adventurous spirit, and you didn't hold him back.
Well, that you know of.
But Ben Breedlove was always mindful of the fact that his days might well be numbered. In December 2011, while changing classes at Austin's Westlake High, Ben suddenly collapsed on a bench in cardiac arrest. The school nurse and emergency techs managed to bring him back, and later on, Ben described what he believed was another glimpse of heaven.
He said he was in a white room, and the peace was more than he could explain. He couldn't describe it.
And he told Big Sister Allie that he'd seen a place he didn't want to leave.
I asked him if he was happy that he had woken up, and he said, I guess, and he started crying really hard. And that was really difficult for me to hear as his sister.
You know, there are some people who say, oh, these visions can be explained by medicine. That wasn't heaven. That's just what happens when your heart stops. What would you say?
I could just see it in his eyes, this peace that he felt. He said it was unexplainable.
2.5 weeks later, on Christmas Day 2011, Ben was out by the trampoline playing with kid brother Jake when his heart gave out again. 18-year-old Ben Breedlove had cheated death before, but this time would be different.
All the medical things went on for quite a while in the backyard and in the ambulance, and that whole time I just wondered where Ben really was. If he was still here in his body, or if he had gone to where he couldn't wait to go.
But when the heartbroken family came home from the hospital the next morning, a friend told them they hadn't seen the last of Ben. Not really.
And as they were leaving, my business partner's wife said, and you're really going to like the video. And we said, what video?
A few days before he died, Ben had made this. It was his story, told without a single spoken word, about his struggles in this life and his vision of the next.
As we watched that video, our son was smiling big. He was alive. Almost like he was giving us a message.
But the message wasn't just for them, and within a few days, it caught the world's attention.
All around the world with a video he posted on YouTube.
A rising star on YouTube will gather this afternoon at his funeral in Austin.
Ben Breedlove was just 18, but left behind a
For millions, Ben Breedlove's vision of something beyond death seemed to be just what they were longing to hear. Within hours, people started posting their own videos with their own messages of inspiration and hope. YouTube says that as of this morning, Ben's video has been viewed more than 12 million times. Allie Breedlove, who wrote about her brother in a new book, says she's only been able to bring herself to watch the video a couple of times.
The only reason that I'm able to cope with missing him every day is because I believe that he is more alive now than he's ever been.
In 2011, an Associated Press poll of American adults asked, "Do you believe in angels?" Nearly 8 out of 10 said yes. Thanks to Ben Breedlove, there may well be a few more.